This is a different vlog, not my originally intended subject. I originally intended to talk about Black Lives Matter and all of the horrific things that have been going on in our very, very cruel and crazy world. And my heart goes out to all those who have been affected by these senseless tragedies. But my subject kind of got hijacked, if you will. Where do I begin? In any case, my Black Lives Matter vlog will be up next week. For now, I just wanted to, I found something kind of accidentally in my email that I wasn't looking for, and it kind of brought a lot of things into perspective for me. It made sense of a lot of things, and I just felt like I should share it. I would have to start back a couple of months ago, April of this year. I remember in early April seeing a few things on the internet and, on the blogs and on TV about Prince and, what he was doing, whether it was his tour or his plane having to make an emergency landing or him coming out with his memoirs, just, a series of different things. And, I have, and bear with me, because this is, I don't even have an adjective, but let me give a disclaimer. My disclaimer is that this vlog is in no way intended to be hokey or weird or disrespectful in any way. So with that said, God's always dealt with me in different ways and intense ways, and whether it's my discernment and being able to see certain things in people, or him dealing with me in dreams, or whatever it may be. I would hear about Prince, and something just didn't feel right. It just felt like almost like a, I don't know, like a pushing of some sort. Like it just seemed like he wasn't supposed to be here, and this feeling got stronger and stronger, and until I had to acknowledge, deeply what it was, and it just felt like, he wouldn't be here much longer. And I racked my brain about why I would feel that way, and I couldn't really get an answer. And of course, in late April, he passed away. And for me, that was very emotional, because I knew it was going to happen, and I couldn't figure out why I knew it was going to happen or why it was happening. But I just kept praying and asking God for clarity. And so fast forward to yesterday, I was looking for something way back in my email archives, like from 2009, and I stumbled upon this email, and for some reason I was captivated by it, and I sat down to read it, and my mind was blown. It was a prophetic word that Meyer had spoken, and I don't remember getting the email. I never seen it before, but the email's from 2009, and it just put everything in perspective for me. I read it and I sat on the side of my bed and sobbed. And immediately I felt like, one, I had clarity, and just eerie clarity, and two, I felt like, I have to share it, because I know that people, when people, especially celebrities, when they pass on, we wonder, why, especially this year. It's been crazy. And we always see I always see on social media, on Instagram, I always see people talking about the cluster, or kind of like the trinity of music, if you will. Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and Prince, and we're like, what's going on? And we seem to be losing our legends, and this is unexplainable and sad, and so when I read this email, it put a whole new spin on it, and it really confirmed kind of what I was feeling in my spirit, specifically about Prince. So I thought I would share it. And so I guess I'm going to read it, and I'll come back and share the significance of certain points and parts in it. Okay. A dream I had called Catch and Snatch. I had this dream 2 years ago, and it is literally being played out on the streets of LA today. If this dream is correct, which I believe it is, in all of Michael Jackson's brokenness and weakness, Jesus snatched him into eternity. And this scene will be played out more and more. The Lion of Judah is truly on the prowl for souls. Here is the dream called Catch and Snatch, which I had 2 years ago, says Julie Myers. I had a dream that was the clearest dream. I felt like I was there. I felt the weight of it, because there is a cry likened to the day of Exodus 11:6, getting ready to be heard in the land. But joy will be heard throughout the halls of heaven. Then there shall be a great cry throughout all of the land of Egypt, such as was not like it before, nor shall be like it again, says Exodus 11:6. In the dream, I was walking down the streets of California, specifically Hollywood Hills, Brentwood, LA, and Malibu. I was calling out Hosea 6:1. It was a call. Come, let us return unto the Lord. Come, come. And I started prophesying Hosea 2:14 and 16. As I was walking in the streets, therefore, behold, I will allure her. I will bring her into the wilderness and speak comfort to her. I will give her vineyards from there, and the valley of Acre as a door of hope. She shall sing there as in the days of her youth. And it shall be in that day, says the Lord, that you will call me my husband, and no longer call me my master. I saw the Lord as the lion, prowling the streets of the city of Beverly Hills, Brentwood, Hollywood Hills, Hollywood, LA, and Malibu. It was the Lion of Judah. I was very taken with the lion. He was on a mission. He was on the prowl. It was very clear that he was only passing through and had no ties to this land. He was so eternally minded and consumed with eternity, and he was prowling the streets and gazing into the windows of people's houses. He had one thing on his mind: souls. I was walking the streets with the Lion of Judah, and I could see the lights on. I could hear people partying. It was at night. From the streets, I was looking into people's windows because their lights were on, and I could see the inside of their houses and how they had not thought of God nor of eternity. The Lion of Judah was looking in the windows also. He turned to me, got right up in my face, eye to eye, and he said, "Be watchful and know what I am doing. Catch and snatch. Catch and snatch. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to chase them down, and then I'm going to snatch them. I'm going to snatch them right into eternity," he said. "Remember this and watch for the signs." Remember to watch for the signs. He kept saying, I'm going to lure Hollywood into the wilderness by catching the hearts of the idols of the land. I'm going to snatch them into eternity in one breath. I was so aware that I was walking the streets of LA with a lion, and this lion was talking to me. He kept saying, I'm going to catch them and turn their hearts in one breath, and then in an instant, I'm going to snatch them into eternity. They are mine. They are mine. It will be unexplainable. It will be untimely. It will be sudden, and the grief that will fill the very heart of LA will cause hearts all over Hollywood, Hollywood Hills, LA, Malibu, and Brentwood to begin to look up and begin to seek out eternity and begin to turn. This is the day of salvation. This will be the day when the harvest will be ripe and ready. This will be the day when the harvest fields will be ripe and ready. He said, there have been many prophetic words about my heart for Hollywood and revival breaking out, but it will come with a price. It will start with devastation of a nation, that as one by one, the idols of the nation are snatched into eternity. People will not be able to explain it. It will dominate the news more than any other story, and it will happen again and again and again and again. Let him who has the ears to hear, let him hear. So those who have an ear to hear, let them hear and understand. For as each of these idols of the land are snatched into eternity, though the earth mourn, heaven rejoices. Truly it will lead America and the nations of the earth into the wilderness. And truly it is in this place of mourning that they will look up and call me my husband. Let them who has ears to hear, let him hear. A joyful shout will be heard throughout the halls of eternity as one by one the idols of the land will have a change of heart, and in one breath I will snatch them into eternity forever, forever. Truly this is not a sad day, but a day of salvation. These days of salvation will cause the earth to mourn because they will be unexplainable. They will be sudden. For I will catch the hearts of the idols of the land, and I will snatch them into eternity. You will not hear of a turning of the heart. You will not hear with your ears of a turning to Jesus Christ. For I will quickly and suddenly snatch them up. But know this, not one of them will be lost into eternal darkness. So hear me now. Heaven rejoices in these ones whom I will snatch, whom I will catch and snatch. Let them who has ears to hear, let him hear. I am in love with these I will catch. I am in love with these I will snatch. They are mine. I am not scared of darkness. I am drawn to darkness, that light might explode out of darkness. For out of darkness there came a great light. These are whom the earth will mourn. For it will be one after another, after another, after another. But heaven will rejoice. It will look devastating to the land, but truly heaven is rejoicing in another soul stepping into eternity. Let him who has ears to hear, let him hear the sound of rejoicing in heaven, for the prodigal son has come home. Though the earth mourn, not one of these who I snatch will enter into darkness, not one of them. Be watchful for the signs. All of a sudden, it was like I was walking the streets right in the middle of death. It was like I was in the time of Moses, and the firstborn son of every family was taken with grief and wailing arising in the land. Exodus 11:6 again says, Then there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as was not like it before, nor shall it be again. The Lion of Judah said, For this is going to happen over and over and over. As one by one I will catch the idols of the land and their children, and I will snatch them into eternity, and heaven will rejoice, for these who were lost have eternally been found. Then I woke up singing this little chorus. There's a brand new bloom in the desert. There's a brand new color in the sky. There's snow in the middle of spring. Be watchful, the signs of the times. So I read that, and I couldn't do anything but cry. It seemed as if in that time of reading it, everything became super clear, and I understood. I understood. The things that stuck out to me happened to be, one part, when it says, I will catch the idols of the land and their children. For me, I immediately thought of Whitney and Bobby Kay. And the other part that stood out was the chorus. She said she woke up singing the night before. Most of my CDs have been packed away. I moved almost 2 years ago, but I'm still not completely unpacked. Horrible, I know. But, I've always loved Prince, and his music, especially now, has been just continuously playing in my head, and I've just been craving to hear certain songs, and, so my mother's, looking around for something completely different and stumbles upon one of my boxes with some of my CDs in it. And one of the CDs was Prince. Had no idea it was in the box. Would have gotten it a long time ago if I had. And so I was so excited, and I'm listening to this CD, and one of the songs came on that I wasn't really familiar with. I had never heard the whole song. I'd only heard a snippet of the beginning of the song. And I listened to it the night before I found this email. And so the song was Sign of the Times. So when I got to that part, when she said, be watchful, the sign of the times, I thought, wow, for me, I took it as a sign. Someone else may think that's strange. Someone else may think this entire vlog is strange, and you're welcome to your opinion, but like the prophecy says, he that hath an ear, let him hear. But the other part that stuck out to me was when she said in the chorus, there's snow in the middle of spring. And that really warmed my heart and made me think of Prince's song, Sometimes It Snows in April. And as we know, April is in the springtime. And so for me, again I say, for me, this was a sign. And this did for me what I needed it to do. It brought peace to me so I could stop racking my brain and bugging God about, everything from, why do you give spiritual gifts? And sometimes they feel like my camera shut off. Anyway, like I was saying, I really was bugging God about why he gives spiritual gifts to people, why certain people. Sometimes it can feel really heavy. And I've been like this my whole life. I know things sometimes that I really don't want to know. And this was kind of one of those things, and I just wanted to know, why me? Why did I know that he was going to leave? And it was such a purposeful feeling, when I found out that his plane had made the emergency landing. It just felt like, it was literally a miracle that he made it off of that plane alive. And it just, I don't know, the feeling really intensified. Just the feeling was as if he's just not supposed to be here. And, that really kind of bothered me, as to why that feeling would be attached. So for me, this email really brought things into perspective. So for that, I am grateful. I hope that this can bring some type of peace, some type of illumination to some of the things that have been going on. I see all the time, like I said, on social media, and different people, wondering and pondering, why does it seem like we keep losing our legends, one after the other. And when I read that gave me such a sense of peace. And that may seem weird. Why peace? But peace to know that God has a plan, that in the crazy things that happen, there's a plan. So, yeah. That's it. That's my vlog. And I hope I don't have tissue on my face. But seriously, I hope that it helped in some way. I just felt like, you know, I couldn't keep it to myself, so I decided to share. That's it. God bless. Have a wonderful night. I will see you in the vlogs.